you know you've just hit the bottom. So one of the reasons I like this spot, you've got what they call a bottleneck. So the water, big hole up there, narrows down here, and then opens back up into a hole again with a sandy ledge. So the fish, the barra, will quite often position themselves just up on that ledge on the other side there and wait for the fish to negotiate the bottleneck. And what it does is it concentrates all the bait fish down into a smaller area, and the barra know that, so they'll sit there and wait. Hey? Yeah, okay. There's heaps of little babies around. It's a good sign. It's frustrating when you're chasing bigger fish. What's that? A little bit bigger one. So what we've got here is currents coming this way. There's nothing sitting on the face of the snag. Fished all the face of the snag, and that's what you do. You go through a process of elimination. So you fish the front of the snag. If there's nothing there, a snag like this has got to hold fish. So you go through a process of elimination to find out exactly where they're holding on the snag. And at this point, it looks like they're holding in the backwater behind it, because they're obviously sitting there out of the current. Tangled all my lure up. So he's sitting there out of the current, waiting for the food to come to him. Any piece of structure is worth a cast. So something like that is just, it's enough for a fish to hold behind and wait for the bait to come past them. They also got to hide from predators too. So, you know, barra have got predators as well, things like birds and crocs and stuff like that. So they've got to make themselves less vulnerable as well. So to be able to hide in amongst a snag like that and dart out real quick and grab something and dart back in without staying outside of the sanctuary of the home is pretty important. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them on the camera. The two wallabies come charging down the bank here, chasing each other, and they're up under them pandanus palm, and you'll be able to hear them up in there. They're getting a little bit sexy with each other. Sort of feels wrong watching that. When you hit these weed beds like this, sometimes you can actually cast back onto the weed, and if your lure's heavy enough, it'll sink through it like that. You can give it a twitch, and once you get to the edge like that, you can sort of let it sink down, and any fish that are under it usually follow it out to the edge and they'll crack it. So we'll try a few of them. Oh, here we go. Got a hit. Sometimes if you twitch your rod tip up like that and stop your line, oh, stop! Oh, that's a big one. If you stop your line from, he's got me around a branch. If you stop your line from grabbing on the surface of the weed, it'll actually sink better for you. So he's not a bad fish, about 60. So that was sort of the secret there, was getting it to sink and then sort of suspend. So they're only sitting about a foot under that weed though. You can see all I'm doing there is my line is sitting on top of the weed, and I'm just basically teabagging my soft plastic underneath the weed like that. Oh, I forgot. I found something. Five-inch pink. Just one in with the pink ones and see what colour that comes out with. They bleed into each other sometimes. I know the prongs, we've got some pretty cool colour coordinations with that, but we'll see if these bleed into each other as well. Look at that. Skipping it over the top of that weed there. You followed it all the way, like 6-7 feet out from the edge of the weed, once I broke the edge of the weed.
Did you watch him under the weed?
Over the top of the lily pads. Oh, geez, don't like that much. Big patch of bubbles has come up there behind him. Might be time to be a bit careful here. Another barra just took off there. About 55, 56 centimetres this one. Kick him back in there. I'll show you how I caught that one. It's actually quite a fast retrieve to what you would think it would be. Like over the lily pads, it's just like crawling across the top. It's when you get into the weedy bits just beside them that you start sort of twitching it. Sort of making a little bit of noise with the lure. It nearly sounds like a popper. But whatever it's swimming, just keep it swimming. Keep doing exactly what you're doing if it's swimming straight. And obviously we're not, oh, big bow wave, have a look at this. We'll be in trouble if this thing eats it. Oh, he's still on it. I'm only using 20-pound braid, 30-pound leader here, so. There's a few here actually. A few lily pads just moved then. Oh, look at that one. Oh, look at the swirl, look at the size of the swirl on that. I have to leave the camera going. That looks so cool. Just this big set of eyes just came out from under these lily pads, and as I hit that clear spot there, it come up behind it and went whack. Just this big set of eyes coming, and you can see the big hole open up. I'll see if I can get him doing it again. That looked really awesome. I don't know why, but the big ones seem to miss it, the little ones seem to hook up. Oh, missed him. Little baby one. You got him?
I got him! I just got a croc! Oh, he's powerful.
Yeah, he's a bit bigger than that last one.
Yeah. Oh, wow! Is it? That's fresh.
Yeah. Alright, just step back. Step back, Tom.
I caught a croc on a frog.
Here, hold this. Step back.
Make him walk up.
Ow. Yeah, I know. I know.
Help, Mom. Can I try and let him go?
We're the same spot. Oh, that's a bit better. Bit bigger fish. Oh, geez, what's he got me on? Oh, threw the lure into a branch, the cheeky bugger. He's got to still be there, I reckon. Sometimes they're just so subtle, they just sneak along underneath it. Oh, like that. Another one under it now. Just let it sink down so you can see it there. Give him another shot at it. They can be so cross-eyed sometimes doing this. Oh, 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 oh. Jeez. Here he is. He's back. Let it sit for a second. A little twitch. Cheeky bugger. There's another one just moved back out there. But doing, oh, yep. Doing this stuff though, like you're trying to, even though there's weed and everything there, you, oh, you got me tail off me plastic. You still have to not move fast in the background. If they see your silhouette move, then they'll spook and they won't come back.
Press this to do the same thing. Press that one, and then the X. It's all good. Now, don't just. Oh, you don't have to do that, but anyway.
Yeah, you got to let his both hands go and get him out of the road as you let him go. Oh, nearly got ya.
Oh, look at all the
Ground weed on the edge must be warmer than the actual lily pads, because that seems to be where most of the fish are sitting. That's why it's important to work these things right. Oh, there's one under it now, look. Oh. Yeah, they're definitely that warmer stuff there. See if we can get him to come back. So when I know there's one under it, oh, like that, I'll try and let it sink down just under the weed level so you can actually see the lure. Like that. Fly cast and soft plastics. Young fella just had on a 1.5 inch mad eye shrimp, little curly tail shrimp, and he's got it on a 1/16 ounce jig head. He's done it again. He was chasing tilapia, and over 1 metre of Barra is eating the lure right there. And he's using his 6-pound mono, just playing games, and he's racing back now to go and tie another one on. But unbelievable. This winter thing is just so unpredictable, and we're going to have to downsize our lures greatly from what we're using now. Wasn't quite quick enough to get the hook up, but oh, this is not a bad fish. He come out from straight underneath this log here. This is what I mean. We've been casting here for ages. He's not a metre, this thing, but wow, he's got some grunt. Bring the camera back when you come back, Tatum. Oh. Stop now. Stop. Only 30-pound leader again, so I'm gonna have to back off on him. Oh, don't go into that log. Jump. Thank you. Oh yeah, nice fish. As we walk down here, there was a croc just over there, and this thing's attracting a bit of attention, so it makes me nervous when they do this. Oh, geez, I tell you what, he's not far off a metre if he's not a metre. I'm going to try and get hold of him by the bottom jaw. They clamp in winter time. They tend to clamp on the leader, and they do that cough thing, like with their mouth. And I'll just let him settle there before I try and grab him. Yeah, and they quite often cut through your leader. God, come on, a little bit further. lure. Perfect in the top of the mouth, no damage. Right, slide him up here. Oh. Maybe 90, 95 or something. So we get this hook out of his mouth. You know when you can get my big fat hand, hey? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yes.
Yep. You know when I can get my big fat hand in the mouth of a barra, that it's a good one. No. I've got to try and get that hook out of the roof of his mouth, that's all.
Was he sitting with all them tilapia?
No, the log, just this log here, he was under that.
Mine was like under all the tilapia, and it was just a big silver thing. I thought it was an albino tilapia.
Yeah, I don't think this is the only one here. I'm going to have to get me pliers onto it. It's in there firmer than you think.
But it feels weird. I'm feeling a little heavy.
There we go. Ugh. That croc's been up on here, Tanner. That croc's been up on here. There's a big flat area just here he's been laying on. Whoop.
How spectacular is that?
You can sit under that log again. So this is what the young fella this is an example of wintertime, what the barras do. So this is what the young fella just hooked that metery on a second ago. It is a 2.5 inch flutter shrimp, which is that that little thing there. So that's obviously what they're feeding on, and it came 15 feet and followed at 15 feet and ate it at his feet. But the funny thing is he's using 6 pound mono, so he had no chance on a closed face.